I think I stole $3,500 from someone, and I have a story and pictures to prove what happened. And before I talk about it, I want to admit that I had made some mistakes in the story, which led to what happened in the ending. It started on Saturday when I got a message on DeviantArt from a user I will not name, but they were a painter who wanted to make a memorial out of my art and wanted to pay to use my art because a client paid for it. And I was like, wow, someone likes my art so much that they wanted to make a memorial out of it? And I get money out of it? Sweet. And the deal was I get $500 and possibly extra if they paint two characters. And I want to admit that I actually had forgotten about this deal later in the story because they'd done something confusing. So they wanted my email and we hitched it off from there. That's where we talked about the payments for this project, and I hope we would just do this on PayPal. But they had to make payments more complicated. So it started off with this message. They said that their client intends to make payments soon as possible. They had a client. Who is this client? Did they commission them to make a memorial out of my art? I even asked who that client was, and they said the client was paying for this. So they must have commissioned them, right? They said they live in a mansion, so they must be rich. The artist was even going to make a copy of the painting and send it to me. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Such a great deal. But the question that made the situation scary was how to make the payments. So they asked me how I prefer to make a payment, and I said PayPal because I've commissioned people for art before and I've used PayPal, but they said they can't because their client could not use PayPal because they had an assistant who had access to their bank and stole from them with these apps and lost over $38,000 from it, which I'm sorry that happened, but the artist had a good solution, which was using a real check for me to endorse, and that was a good idea. It was a mobile bank deposit and my bank app had it, which means I could scan a real check and receive money. I'm reading this message carefully because I noticed how they say, I need to trust you if you need to trust me. These words make me a tad bit bad because I ended up taking the money in the end. They said they would pay extra if they use another character, so that would be cool, but that's when the problem happened. They sent me a real check with a real address on it, so it was real, and I even scanned it. But the problem was they didn't send me $500, they sent me $3,500 with no explanation. And I got the check, and I scanned it, and I got actual money from this. I received $400 that day, and would be getting more a few days later. And it was awesome. That was a lot of money. But the thing was, the deal was $500. Why more? How many characters were they using? But that's not the bad part. They wanted me to send the money back through gift cards. And the reason why is because their paint seller who provided the materials could only use iTunes cards. What the fuck? Whoever paid me gave me $3,500. But the deal was $500, so I should get $500. That's it, but I got more. Whoever sent me that check should have sent us both different checks. But their argument was they wanted me to convert the money sent to me into Apple gift cards and send it to them. But why me? Your client should have paid you individually. Then you pay the promised amount of money to me. That shouldn't be my job to give back money to you because I'm the one here getting paid because my characters are being used by you. I didn't pay for the painting. Your client or you did. What's worse is that I had a major test the next day. And what the artist said is that the equipment seller only accepted gift cards so they can convert into cash. But checks exist. I received a check. Why didn't you? And why wasn't it the right price? You're not the client who's unable to use third-party apps. You should be able to use your own payment. They also said get 4 individual cards, and I got confused on why I had to buy 4 individual cards. Until I found out they wanted me to go to the store and buy enough cards that added up to $400. That's the part of the story where it's my fault. I actually got into a long argument on why I had to until I figured it out. But why buy gift cards when I can PayPal you or Cash App you? Which Cash App actually did become a part of the story later. And you know how I was reacting to this? I was chill. I was like, okay, maybe the iTunes store sells paint. They're stepping up their game. So I was willing to go for the effort to buy gift cards for this person because, well, a deal's a deal. I'll do it. So I called my cousin to pick me up. So I tried explaining to her why I need to buy gift cards, and my cousin said, "Are you getting scammed?" Then I wondered, am I? Because earlier I tried buying them online, but the Apple Store said a lot of scams happen around gift cards, and I almost bought gift cards online for this person. $400 worse, but I was never registered. So I was willing to buy physical cards for this person. My cousin didn't believe me, but what type of scammer would actually pay someone? Because of course I checked my bank, and I received actual $400. There is actual $400 in my bank. My cousin ended up believing me because I actually showed her the receipt, but this is where the artists started to scare me. They got impatient with me because they needed to buy the materials now to make the art, and that was reasonable because apparently someone paid them to do this, but since the topic of a scam came up, why? I even questioned them this, like, why didn't your client pay you for the equipment if they were able to pay me with your check? And why pay for your equipment with gift cards and not normal debit cards? Their excuse is that it's online shopping, and said, "You're supposed to have done this, yet you keep prolonging this. Why?" 1. I cannot drive. 2. You can buy anything with a debit card. You can buy anything online with a debit card. So does it have to be gift cards? I could send you cash through PayPal or something. I cannot send a check back because I do not have checks, but I can make payments easily with a Cash App. They made an excuse, and it was, "It's not professional." Excuse me, mind if I pull up the fact that you've been working with your client for over 10 years, and if you've been painting for 10 years, then you would know how payment works. Every artist does it through an app, not physically gift cards. Even if you wanted gift cards, I could send you real money so you can buy it yourself. Then they got aggressive with me, and I was confused on why I had to split cards, and then I realized they wanted me to buy physical cards, which was why I was confused. Then they talk like an AI bot, like, "I used your art, and I'm supposed to pay you? You did pay me! Now you want me to pay you? Like, what the fuck?" All you had to do was send me $500. Why the $3,000 extra? Like, that's the easiest solution to this. And you never explained why you sent me extra. I thought you were paying for extra characters like you said you would. And they even got to swearing at me. I think it's supposed to be funny, but this is a serious situation that involves your money. And they even guilt trip me? Like, excuse me, I have a right to wait for it because my cousin has work, so I had to wait. I know you have a deadline to paint this, but I told you I can't drive, so you have to wait on your part too. Since this person was impatient, we decided to use Cash App. What the fuck? Did we not use that solution before when I told you I used PayPal, which means I could use a similar app? And they said I had to pay them in Bitcoin. And okay, I heard people like Bitcoin. I'll do it. So I did, and even Cash App didn't want me to pay Bitcoin. Okay, but easier solution? You could still use money to buy it yourself? All I had to do was send you $400, then you could use it to convert into gift cards or Bitcoin. I was willing to do it for you because I was willing to understand and not jump into conclusions like a gullible bitch I am. Then they sent this message that all the money was in my bank. I had to send all $3,000, so I'm left with the $500 that was a part of our bargain. I told you there was an easier solution to this. Just send me $500 in the first place. But no, it was the client, supposedly. So why did the client send me $3,500? You never corrected me that it was a mistake. You never said it was a mistake, so why did it get $3,000 more? You should have said to your client, who is supposedly paying us both, to send me $500, which was the deal. Then send you a check of $3,000 for the painting. But no, you only use gift cards and Bitcoin. Real money can buy both of those things, so why don't you want real money? But their excuse was their bank is overdraft, which means your balance is in the negatives. So you can't receive money? Your account wouldn't be overdraft if you just got paid and fix it? I don't know what it's like to be overdraft, but I sure hope whatever the hell happened to me doesn't get me overdraft. They also said they didn't want to jeopardize my payment. Dude, all you had to do was send me $500. Tell your client who's paying you to send me $500, and be the one who sends you Bitcoins or gift cards. Why me? You said you know your client for 10 years! Why couldn't they do it? Why me? And you know what I did? I just dealt with it. Like, oops, I'm so sorry, I get it. Maybe their balance was too far off to the negative, so they need to avoid filling their overdraft somehow? Wait, girl, that's a problem you need to fix. And I think getting paid actual money could get you out of those negatives. But no. I was still willing to do whatever they said. I was actually going to buy real gift cards for this person because I didn't understand what overdraft is. I searched it up and assumed it was a valid reason, and I had my mother to drive me instead. I told her, hey, can we go to Walmart or Target to get gift cards? $400 worth of gift cards, I said explicitly, and my mom was like, yeah. And this is the part of the story that I want to apologize if this was a legitimate payment to the artist I spoke with. So I went to Target to look for Apple cards and found $200 gift cards, and I understand why I need to buy two so it equals to $400, because I'm supposed to get $400 back. So the artist can buy materials for the moral of my artwork. But then my mom snapped and realized, what the fuck? What the fuck you paying $400 gift cards? And I was like, because there's an artist who wants to make a moral on my art, and they send me $3,500, but I'm supposed to keep $500, so I have to send them back $3,000. And she was like, oh no, bitch, that's a fucking scam! And I was like, they're overdraft. Then she calls my sister and explains what happened to me, and I spoke to her, and my sister told me, nigga, what the fuck? Why the fuck you getting paid back? And I said, I'm supposed to have $500, and she said, nah, nigga, you getting scammed! But how would it be scammed if I got legitimate money put into my account? I have the receipt, I endorsed a real check, and now I'm getting $3,500 put into my bank. There's someone's money I'm taking. But my sister told me to tell the artist, well, bitch, you snooze, you lose! So, in the end, I didn't buy those gift cards, and we immediately went home. I did not give them their gift cards, and my mom called my dad, and they wanted to change my debit card immediately because what happened to me could have been a scam. And yes, it could have been, because why was I sent $3,500 and now the promised $500? You could have easily been sent money too if your client followed your orders and not me, because I should be the only one making money in this situation because you have to pay me in order to use my characters in your art. Easy solution? Tell your client to send me $500 and this would have been over by now. Now I have someone's $3,500 in my bank, and I still to this day don't know what happened. And yes, I blocked this person because this person put me at a risk of a scam. But if there was a legitimate reason, why did I have to pay through gift cards? I'm sorry, but now I got your $3,500. I'm going to use it to buy gay porn.